Hey guys, Bryson here and welcome to my show, and today we're going to be reacting to people's advice on money and finances dependent on their income. So do you think that someone with makes 10K every single year is going to give you better or worse advice than someone that makes 100K or 200K, okay? Now, by the way, this video is by Glamour. We're going to react to it, and also I upload videos on this channel every single day, daily content. So make sure subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, and on top of that, also destroy the like button. It helps a lot with the channel. It's brand new, so thank you guys so much. Now let's see exactly what's going on. And just so you guys know, heads up, these 13 women right here, they're all actors. That's how they do it all the time here. And I'm guessing it's because, people that have jobs don't really want to expose stuff, because next thing you know, you get fired, okay? You don't want that. So I get the whole actor's perspective. What is your best piece of financial advice? This is interesting, because usually you think that people that don't make a lot of money have bad advice, but sometimes people do have good advice, but they just don't apply it, So let's see.
Don't go to med school.
What? $0, occupation, medical student. She makes $0 a year and she says, don't go to med school. Oh, and that's all she said, by the way. So I don't know what's going on here, but this sounds like terrible advice, and we're just getting started. So I'm already kind of mad, okay? I'm just being honest. This is terrible, okay? Don't be a lawyer. Don't be a doctor. Don't be an accountant. Don't do anything. Just stay at home. And I don't make any money, okay? 26 years old, by the way. 26 years old.
Don't let bills pile up. And don't open more than 3 credit cards.
Don't let bills pile up, and don't open more than 3 credit cards. And she's made $20,000. I pretend here that she's also an actor. Not the most profitable career because it has a lot of competition to it. So the idea is she probably doesn't have enough money to cover her bills because she probably lives a little bit more expensive, and now she's worried about it, okay? And she has credit card debt. By the way, I recommend you have, for example, even 3 to 5 to 6 to 7 credit cards. It doesn't matter as long as you're paying them in full every single month. Sometimes, and most of the times, the more lines of credit you actually have with the more history, it actually helps your credit score a ton, okay? How much do I have right now? I have maybe 7 or maybe 5. How much credit card debt do I have? The answer is 0. How many bills do I have? The answer, I have bills, but I don't let any bills pile up because I pay them in full every single month.
Start a budget and keep working on it. It's not a one and done.
Start a budget, keep working on it, and it's not a one and done. She's also a freelancer and a copyright art director, and she makes $32K. I don't know anything about that degree, at all. I don't even know if it's a degree, it's a freelancing or whatever it is. But the idea is, I don't like to complicate things, So I've had the same exact budget since I was making $60 every single week, okay? Now I make around 23K. The budget is still the same. If you want to read that budget and see that budget, I have a full video on my main channel. I'm going to link it down below. But I don't think a budget has to be complicated as long as the fundamentals are still intact, okay? That's what I think though.
If you have money in your account, purchase using a debit card.
Alright, so this is another person that is probably scared of using a credit card because she has a history of misusing the credit card, maybe, okay? Another Dave Ramsey fan over here, guys, okay? But the idea is, I don't think credit cards are bad, as long as you're paying them in full every single month, then you're good to go. And the idea is oh, you know what, you have cash in your account, don't need to use it, you get cash back and also travel points. At the end of the year, you can get a free trip if you want, okay? That's the idea. So, do I agree with this? The answer is no. And funny enough, the last video I did about Glamour, there was a producer that was making around $200,000 at age 29. So I'm guessing she's not all the way up there, but she could still keep upgrading to actually make that much money eventually.
Don't spend more than you make. Only buy what you can pay cash for.
Not a bad rule. Not a bad rule. But then, most Americans would probably be living in a shelter, right? Because most houses are very expensive. So it all depends, It all depends. He's also a radiologist and a technologist. she should be making more money. Isn't that like a good degree or whatever? But the idea is, it all depends. I think that in life you should spend most of your life and the bulk of your life collecting things that basically make you money. And sometimes that might be more expensive, but the answer is you want to get those things, and as long as it's actually covering it with the investment and it's not costing you any money, in reality it's a good investment. However, I don't think you should be buying things that you don't need, like a liability, and then having to cover that thing like forever. Okay, I don't agree with that. So this entire statement right here, it's pretty cool. Like, don't spend more money than you actually make. That's actually not a good thing, right? If you have like bad credit card debt or like loans or whatever, but it depends on what you're spending that money on. Okay, just saying.
Avoid credit card debt like the plague.
Oh my God, avoid credit card debt like the plague. 63K, 29 years old. It depends, bad credit card debt, I hate it. Good credit card debt, I don't mind it. It depends what you're using the credit card for. But usually, you don't want to get over your head, okay? When it comes to like investing or like doing something different, you want to be very careful because credit card debt is like 18 to 38%. And it's going to take you a very big investment to try to make that money back every single year. So usually, bad credit card debt, I have zero of it. Good credit card debt right now, I have zero of it also. I don't have any credit card debt whatsoever, but I did have 13K last year, and I used that money to make more money, but then I paid it back also. So it all depends on what you're using the money for.
Money doesn't buy happiness. The nicest things in life aren't things.
Money doesn't buy happiness. The nicest things in life are things. I think she just forgot and she didn't want to use like free because she wanted to be like more original there. But she's 33 years old and makes $72,000. The answer is, obviously money does not buy happiness, okay? But money can give your kids a better education, can give you a better living lifestyle, and can also increase the things in life that actually in some ways might even make you happy. Because it's very happy to be happy when you're thinking about what's going to be my next meal, okay? When you're thinking about, oh my gosh, how I'm going to pay the bills, okay? So in some degree, money doesn't make you, oh my gosh, happy, but it also helps and actually get into that place that actually makes you more comfortable and thus in some way live more happily. So indirectly, yes, in a way.
Find the balance between saving for the future and enjoying the present. And don't kick yourself when you fail.
I 100% agree with that. Surprised, right? You surprised? Yeah, you're surprised. But yeah, I 100% agree with this, guys. And the answer is, whenever I hear balance between saving, I also want to add to this statement right here, also investing. So I also think about saving, and you should only really save for like emergencies, so like 6 months worth and you're good to go. But in investing and also like having fun, my fund right now is around 5% of my income, like of one stream, okay? So that's around like $60 every single week, and that's about it. I don't spend more money than that because in reality, I don't need to. But the idea of like not doing anything whatsoever just to save and invest money, to me is like mediocre. Like, you want to enjoy what you're doing, you always have to find a balance. So every single week before the entire like pandemic and before everything that was going on right now, before that, what I used to do every single week, I would go watch a movie, buy something on Amazon, or just go out there and eat something that I really enjoy eating. It's kind of like being like, okay, so you deserve a reward for budgeting correctly and also taking the right steps to do whatever you have to do. So 100% agree with this lady right here.
Control credit card debt.
Everybody's on credit card debt, man. Everybody like loves someone with credit card debt. She has $93,000 in income and she's worried about credit card debt. Like, what are you doing with your money? And she's also 55 years old. I don't get it. Am I being rough here? Yeah, kind of. I'm sorry, okay? But the answer is, just invest your money. Worry about investing your money, and just worry about, for example, whatever you're buying on a credit card, just make it, for example, pay itself automated every single month, and don't spend more money than you actually make. That's the whole thing, and don't try to buy something with a credit card that you can't afford. I am a big disbeliever. I don't agree with people that go out there and buy a brand new spanking iPhone, for example, with a credit card and pay it over 12 months or whatever you want to pay it as, because the interest on that is so high, it makes absolutely no sense. So to some degree, yeah, I guess I agree too,
Plan ahead.
Oh wow, 125,000, and the only advice she has to say is plan ahead. Yeah, planning ahead is very important. You know what scares me more than anything, guys? People that don't care about the future. That stuff scares the living heck out of me. When someone says, yeah, don't worry about the future, just worry about the present, it kind of freaks me the heck out, and it kind of makes me itchy, I don't like hearing that whatsoever. I get like live in the moment and also live in the present and also live like, for example, in the future and the past. I get all that stuff, but the answer is, I can't be the person to just like live right here and not think about anything. That's insane, you know? It's insane. Like, you don't think about your future or anything like that. By the way, I mean that like in a very negative way, not in a positive way, you know? So my answer to that is always like, yeah, live in your present, you know, work very hard, also plan for the future, and also have goals and short-term and long-term goals. You know, that's how I think about this. You know, 125 at age 34, that is pretty cool. And this should give you guys an example when it comes to a degree or a career to actually go into, because some people here at 55 are making 50K, and some people at 34 making 125 just because based on their degree and the career that they actually picked to get. So always think about that also, okay?
Automatically deposit a percentage of your paycheck into savings. I don't do this, but I should.
What the I told you in the beginning of the video that some people are gonna have good advice, but they're not gonna be taking it. Did I not tell you this, guys? But the answer is, you know, overall, she makes $151,000 at age 27. By the way, that is absolutely incredible and absolutely insane. As a venture architect, venture. I'm gonna delete that part of the video, but as a venture as a venture architect, okay, that's pretty cool if you ask me. But yeah, you should definitely be investing, or for example saving a certain amount of money automatically. That way you don't have to think about it. And I think you should do the same thing for your bills, you know, that way everything is automated. Automation is what's key, you know, automation is key.
My dad's advice to me was to live just at the edge of your means.
Wow, $400,000 at age 26, private equity associates. My dad advice was to me, wow, okay, that is a ton of money. And you know, the thing about means and living at the edge of your means is that everybody's means are different, you know. I think frugality is something that should be like, you know, like said like more frequently, okay? So my means could be, for example, living in a $40,000 house, okay? Because I make that amount of money, $400,000, right? No big deal. So the answer is, your means depend basically based on your income and what you can allow it to be. So what I like to go by is basically frugality, you know. So I like to keep my income or like my expenses at basically like almost near zero sometimes, okay? But the answer is almost impossible. So for the average person, I recommend like 70% of your income should go towards like expenses, and then 30% should go towards investing, savings, and also emergencies, okay? But that's about it. But $400,000, that is a ton of money, and your means would be very different from someone that basically makes like 50 or 60K every single year. So it depends, but I also agree. I agree a lot. Frugality and living under your means is also very important.
Have short and long-term savings goals.
Oh my God, $950,000 every single year as an attorney. And her advice is have short and long-term goals. That is the end of the video, guys, okay? And that is some great advice. And that is a great salary. And she's only 52 years old. Man, that's awesome, you know? But she must be like one of those like very high in demand lawyers that actually are so rare. She also has a massive track record to earn that amount of money. But the more I watch these videos, like the more I want to see like the real people and what they actually think, you know. I don't want to really see actors anymore. But guys, overall, guys, let me know, out of all of these advice, okay, which one do you think is the best and which one do you think is the worst, okay? And I'm gonna start it off here. My best advice here is probably like, you know, have short and long-term goals and also live below your means, okay? That's a fast way, a fast track to get to financial freedom. And the worst advice is basically, oh, don't get any credit cards, you know, because credit cards are bad, no good, and only buy what you can afford in cash, you know. It all depends, you know. Like I don't like absolutes, okay? There's nothing in life that's absolute, and there are no rules that are absolute because every situation is different most of the times, okay? But guys, comment down below and let me know what you guys think. And as always, if you enjoy this video right here, well, like this video. On top of that, also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. And on top of that, do me a favor and destroy the like button, okay? Let's try to get 1 like on this video. Really appreciate it. And as always, if you enjoy this video right here, guys, well, here is another video about Graham Stephan and how he spends $1.6 million every single year. Click my face right here to also start it now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.